everyone, how you doing today? My name's Eric. As always, I want to thank you for coming by to check out my video today. On this episode of Smo'King, I'm going to show you how to make classic pot roast. Now, one of the reasons I'm cooking this today instead of being outside is because it's around 2 degrees outside. It's a Sunday afternoon. With the wind, we're around 11, 12 below zero, and I do not want to be outside. So this is the perfect day to cook this inside. It's going to fill the house with a delicious aroma, and it's such a warm, comforting food on a cold day like today. Now, bear in mind, this is my classic pot roast recipe. There's a lot of variations, okay? One thing I'm going to do differently is sometimes, most of the time pot roast, you put the little potatoes in with the pot roast. I'm going to leave the potatoes out because I'm going to serve this pot roast with the gravy it's going to create on top of mashed potatoes. I'm also going to add some mushrooms. So there's a lot of different varieties and tweaks you can do to this recipe based on what you like or don't like. So stick around, guys. I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. Let's get cooking. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is salt and pepper the chuck roast. Now, I'll leave the exact measurements down in the video description. This recipe called for 4 to 5 pounds of chuck roast. The biggest ones I could find were around 2 to 2.5 pounds. No problem, I just bought 2 of them, okay? And the reason I'm going for the 4 to 5 pounds is because this makes delicious leftovers as well. It's going to be cold all week. Man, I'm going to enjoy this recipe for the next few days. So the first thing we want to do is we're just going to use some kosher salt, and we're going to season all sides of this chuck roast. And don't be too concerned if you're salting it too much. I mean, this is a big piece of meat and it can take it. Don't go super crazy, but see just how I'm doing it like that. And then I'm also going to do a little bit of ground black pepper, like so. And I'm going to go ahead, guys, I'm going to season the other side and the sides as well. We'll be back in a second. I'll show you how this looks like when we're all done. Alright, guys, I'm noticing I got some weird sunlight coming through the window, but you know what? I like the sunlight, especially when we're in December. But there you are. I seasoned it on all sides. The reason I'm doing this first is because we just want this to sit on the counter while we prepare the rest of the vegetables. This is kind of like the most time-consuming part. We just got to chop up the carrots, the onion, a few other ingredients. But this will be fine sitting on the counter. That'll allow the salt and pepper to kind of dry brine the meat a little bit and come up to room temperature. So I'm going to set this aside. I'll get a cutting board out. I'm not going to bore you with film of me cutting up the vegetables, but when we're all done, I'll come back and show you the ingredients and we'll assemble everything in one pot. Be back in a minute. Alright, here we are. I've had the chuck roast sitting here while I prepped everything. Now this is pretty much the rest of the ingredients, and like I said, the most time-consuming part is just getting everything ready. Since this is going to cook for several hours, there's no need to go crazy with the chopping. I got a yellow onion, I got a couple stalks of celery, I got around 4 or 5 carrots, and look, I just chopped them in relatively big pieces because they are going to get plenty tender. They're going to cook for a long time. Some around 5 or 6 cloves of garlic, kind of loosely chopped, some parsley, some beef broth. I got 8 ounces of mushrooms. These are the Bella mushrooms. I have another package of 8 ounce, which I might add at the end because these are going to shrink down because they're going to cook for several hours. Some Worcestershire sauce. I'm not a wine drinker, but wine just adds an excellent flavor to the gravy. So you can usually buy these in most supermarkets. This is just a little tiny bottle, which is perfect. We're going to use that to kind of deglaze the pan when we kind of saute the vegetables and everything, add all that wonderful flavor. Got some thyme, fresh thyme, and some tomato paste. So that's pretty much it, guys. Not very complicated. And it all cooks in one pot. Main thing we're going to do here now, before we get going, and this is an unnecessary step, but I would highly recommend it if you have the time. We're going to put a little sear on these chuck roasts. We're going to just fry them up in a pan for a few minutes on each side, get them nice golden brown before we assemble all the other ingredients. So I'll meet you over at the stovetop in just a second. All right, so I have a couple tablespoons of regular old oil in a frying pan here. And like I said, we're just gonna try to put a little bit of a sear to add some wonderful flavor. So I'm just gonna, I gotta do them one at a time because I have two of them. Just like that. Let me turn up the heat a little bit. Like medium-high heat. We'll give it a couple minutes. We'll flip it. We'll be back in a second. All right, it's been around 2.5–3 minutes. And like I said, medium-high heat. Just gonna flip this over. There we go. We just want to get a sear on here. I probably could have let it go for another minute or so. But we, you know, bear in mind, we're not trying to cook it here. We're just trying to add some flavor. So I'll continue to do this one, the other one, and then I'll be back in a second, guys, when we're ready to take the next step. Be back in a moment. All right, we're done with the second one. Like you see, just a nice browning. I'm going to reduce the heat down to medium-low. We're going to remove this. Now check the oil level. If there's too much oil, remove some. This is perfect, because what we're going to do now is we're going to use the same pot here. I have the onion and the celery. We want to get all those flavors inside this pan from that meat. So we'll mix that around. And I'm also going to do 8 ounces of the mushrooms. And we're just going to saute this for around 4 or 5 minutes. Again, our goal isn't to cook this, just to kind of get a little brown on it, soften everything up. We'll be back shortly, guys. All right, so it's been around 2.5 minutes. It's probably got another 2.5 minutes to go. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add a little flavor with my favorite pronunciated word, Worcestershire sauce, probably just around a tablespoon. We're just gonna sprinkle some on here, add a little liquid. There we go. This adds a great flavor to it as well. Stir that in. Oh, it's starting to smell good. And I'm gonna give this, like I said, maybe another 2 minutes, 2.5. We'll be back. Alright, you can see everything is nice and softened. It's got a nice little brown tinge to it. We're going to make a little room in the center of the pan here. Whoops. And we're going to add that fresh garlic. Be careful here. We don't want to burn this. We just want to give it maybe around 30 seconds or so. And then we'll mix it all in. You can see those are pretty big pieces of garlic, but this is all going to incorporate into this gravy for this pot roast that we're going to serve over the mashed potatoes. Man, it's going to be absolutely delicious. I really can't wait to have this later on tonight. We'll give it around 30 seconds, guys. We'll be back. All right, it's been around 30 seconds. Now I'm going to stir everything together. The garlic smell is starting to come out. All right, now we'll make a little room in the center again. We want to thicken this up a little bit. We're going to add some tomato paste. Just going to scoop it right in the center here. And like I said, I'll leave all the exact measurements below, but this isn't an exact science, guys. You can kind of change things up the way you like it. I think the tomato paste just gives it a little bit more of a nice flavor. So I'm just going to give this another minute or two. I'm just trying to stir everything, kind of incorporate all those flavors. So I'll be back in a minute, guys. All right, it's been a couple minutes. See, I stirred everything together. Now this wasn't the ideal pan for me to do this in because it's non-stick. And if I would have done this in a cast iron or something else, I would have had a little bit of debris on the bottom of the pan that we can scrape off. But this was a big frying pan that I needed for the size of those chuck roasts. So if you're doing it in a cast iron or a Dutch oven or something like that, This is the time we're going to deglaze, which means we're going to add the wine and then we're going to scrape on the bottom of the pan to get all those juicy bits up. So, as I mentioned, you have one of these small bottles. This is Sutter Home Cabernet Sauvignon, and we're going to add that. This is going to add the richness to the sauce, just like that. And like I said, this is where you kind of scrape the bottom, but this being a non-stick pan, I don't really have that problem. So I'm just going to kind of bring this up to a light simmer, and then I'm going to turn it off. And then we'll get ready to assemble everything and let it cook for several hours. All right, just like that, guys. Look at that. Oh. We'll just give it a minute. Yep, you know what? I can see it starting to simmer there in the center. I'm going to turn this off. Let's get all the ingredients together. See you guys in a second. Alright, so I'm going to assemble this in my slow cooker. This is only a 6-quart slow cooker, so I'm hoping everything will fit. I think it will, just because I'm not putting in potatoes. On my Christmas wish list is a bigger slow cooker. I know they make up to a 10-quart, which I'd love to get. So what I'm going to add first is some beef broth. I have 48 ounces. You can buy them already pre-done, and because we need liquid in here, so I'm going to pour this whole thing in here because we need to have some liquid. Actually, you know what? I don't think I'm going to do the whole thing. I think I'm going to do around 3/4 because we will get some liquid released from the meat as it cooks, and I just want to make sure it doesn't overflow. Okay, so that's around 3/4, okay? Now, I'm going to add our mixture that we cooked on the stovetop. And this has got some liquid in it too. So that's why on second thought, I'm like, you know what, let's not overcrowd this thing since it is only a 6-quart. Alright, we're going to stir. This is going to be the base of our gravy. Alright. I have some fresh parsley. This is Italian parsley. We'll stir that in. And now we're going to put in the 2 chuck roasts. So I'm just going to stack these up one by one. Got 1, yeah, I'm glad I didn't put the whole thing in there. 2. It's going to be a tight squeeze because I haven't even put the carrots in. And that's the last thing here. I'm trying to see if I can just kind of stick the carrots in along the side. And you can do this on high for probably 4 to 5 hours, or low 7 to 8. I'm going to do it on low. This is going to be interesting, guys. This is where I wish I had another quart. I was debating whether to do it in my slow cooker, but I just like the idea of having it simmering all day. It's going to make it nice and tender. Or whether or not I could have done it in a pot, like a Dutch oven. And if you do it in a Dutch oven, what you do is you just stick it in an oven and just let it sit in the oven for several hours. I think we'll be okay. That's all the carrots now. And then last but not least, we're going to add some fresh thyme on top. No need to pull everything off. We'll just remove those, what do they call them, swigs, when we're done. Just going to again try to push everything down. Boy, we are at capacity here. So hopefully this won't turn into a disaster. If the liquid starts rising, I might have to ladle some out. But I think for the time being, we're okay. I got it on low. I'm going to put the cover on it. There we go, guys. On low. And I'm going to go watch a couple football games. I'm going to have a beer later on. We'll come back and check on this in a little bit. See you guys later. All right, guys, we're approaching like the 2-hour mark. I haven't been up here. Just want to take a look at it. Looking at it before I took the lid off, I really think, since it's like right at the edge and I know more liquid's going to be released, is I'm going to ladle a little bit of this liquid because I think I don't want it to overflow on my kitchen or in my kitchen or the kitchen, the countertop here. So I'm certainly not going to throw this stuff away. This is like liquid gold. And as we have our first serving, I love this. This is the best part, this gravy. We're going to always be in need of more. Putting it in the saucepan means I can kind of keep it warm. And wait, I think that's fine for now. So anyway, let me show you. All right, since it hasn't really been that long, I'm going to let this come to a simmer probably for a few more hours, and then I might flip the meat over with some tongs just to make sure we get both these pieces tender. Oh, it's already starting to smell good. All right, guys, that's it. I'm going to go watch the second game because the first game won, the Bears won, and now we get to watch Green Bay. We'll be back in a little bit. All right, guys, since we have some time for that to cook, let's have a drink. I'm having a Leinenkugel's White Mocha Stout. Never tried this. Usually don't drink too much stout beers, but hey, I'll give this White Mocha one a try. This is my son Kyle.
Hello.
And he's having, I didn't even look at what you were having before I grabbed it out of the fridge. Sunset Sarsaparilla from the folks at Jones. Is this another Fallout one?
Yeah, that's from Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. There you go.
When we're picking these up, actually, we went to a mall by us, and the person there was telling me, he goes, "You're gonna want to save this one for last because in Fallout New Vegas, there's a whole quest line where you have some of the bottle caps have a star on the bottom of them, a blue star, and in the game there's like a reward if you manage to get enough of them, and there's a whole sometimes raiders and stuff in the gang will." In gangs and stuff will come and try to get blue star caps.
Ooh, touchdown Green Bay.
This one, unfortunately, doesn't, but...
Sorry, we have it on the TV that I'm looking at and on the TV there, so... Woo! Sorry to interrupt you. Monica's watching.
No, you're good.
Alright. So this does
So
look
the
like a
star-
stout. White mocha stout.
You got a star?
I didn't.
Darn it.
Huh. Okay, well, let's give this a shot. Nice head. Mildly carbonated there. Ooh. Smells different. I'm trying to pinpoint the smell. It kind of, I guess, mocha. I got kind of like a sweetness, little vanilla maybe. I'm not sure. All right. Cheers. Cheers to our viewers. Wow, that's got way more flavor to it than looking at it. I don't even know what the alcohol content is on this, but yeah, I think that's vanilla. It's overpowering. I mean, maybe I'll get used to it. It's kind of like a creaminess, like a vanilla creaminess to it. A little bit like a cream soda almost. It's different. It's good. I might like it. I just need more time to absorb. Okay. What do you think of your Sunset Sarsaparilla?
I don't know what to think of this. It's kind of... Maybe... And I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. I just got off of work a couple hours ago, and I work at Culver's, and I had some of their root beer, so maybe it's just going from that to this, maybe, but...
Yeah, it doesn't taste any different.
It tastes very watered down. It doesn't...
Really? Huh.
It doesn't taste much like root beer, but... I don't know. I don't...
Well, who knows?
I'm
Yeah.
not sure what it tastes like.
So you wouldn't necessarily recommend that?
I mean, if you really want to try it, go ahead. But I think the best one out of the ones I've tried so far is still the Nuka Victory. That one was really good.
You wouldn't necessarily recommend it?
Nah, unfortunately.
This one's definitely got a strong flavor profile, especially for a Leinenkugels beer. I'm not used to this. I'm not quite sure if I like it or not, to be honest with you. It's completely different than what I thought, for sure. But it's definitely got a strong flavor. I might like it. I might have to keep you updated on this one. Maybe at the end of the video I'll tell you my final thoughts. But yeah, let's go upstairs, check on that chuck roast, see how it's going, and meet you upstairs. All right, let's see what's going on. It's been around 4 hours. Woo! Smelling really good. Now you see, I'm happy I removed some because it's like right at the rim here, and I don't want it to overflow. And I think once some of that juice from the chuck roast kind of leaks out, I'm still going to take a little bit more here. So I have the saucepan from earlier. I've just been keeping it. I kind of simmered it on the stovetop, turn it off, put a lid on it. Yeah, getting a little bit of fat on the top too, which I can strain off. But yeah, I just want to make sure. I'm debating what, well, let's try it, right? Come on, let's go. I have some tongs here. Let's see if I can flip the top one over. Ooh! Oh, it's getting tender. Well, that kind of helped because the carrots kind of sunk down a little bit. We'll move this over here. Kind of put it in the gravy. Get some flavor. Alright. So I think that's about enough because we're a little bit under the overflow line. So I'll continue to keep this on for a few more hours. Dinner's not quite ready. I'll take the rest of this, put a cover on it, keep it on the stovetop, keep it warm. We'll let this continue to cook. Be back shortly, guys. All right, let's take a look at this, guys. This has been going for quite a while. It's simmering nicely. Okay, I think this is done. You just want to make sure that beef is tender. You can shred it, and look, I already know, because look, I'm going to have a hard time getting it out, which is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to remove it, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a slurry. Look, it's already shredding apart. This is already done, which I'm happy because I'm hungry. This won't take much longer. I'm just going to take the beef out. We're going to shred it with some forks. It's so tender. I'm going to thicken up the sauce here with a little bit of a slurry of flour, or actually cornstarch and water. Yeah. We're going to put this on top of some mashed potatoes that Monica's making. And this gravy is going to be absolutely delicious. And look, guys, can you believe that? That's 5 pounds. Remember, I started with 2.5 pound chuck roast, but it was on sale. I'm like, you know what? I'll make a little extra, because look, this is good, absolutely delicious. All right. Oh, there we go. We'll remove that. Yeah. All right, let's thicken up the gravy. We'll be back in a minute. All right, here we are, all shredded. Be back in a minute. All right, guys, so I took a couple tablespoons of cornstarch and a couple tablespoons of water. Just put it in a bowl, mix it. This is just thickening agent here, because I want this to be on gravy when I serve this on the mashed potatoes. You can see I kind of moved the carrots. We just have the liquid here. I'm going to add that other liquid on the stovetop, but first I'm going to pour this in, stir it in, thicken everything up, bring it to a simmer. I'm going to add, of course, the stuff I took off earlier. Just like I said, it's like liquid gold. Yeah, give it a stir. Bring it up to a simmer. Let this thicken. Then we're gonna put everything back in. Man, served on mashed potatoes. Woo! All right, be back in a minute, guys. All right, guys, I've added the meat back. And just be aware when you add the meat back, if it looks a little watery, it's gonna soak up some of the juices. But look at this. Oh, man. So I'm just gonna heat this up to a little bit of a simmer. We'll get those mashed potatoes plated up. This is gonna go on top with this wonderful gravy. Man. Let's give it a couple more minutes to heat up. Be back in a minute. All right, Monica made some wonderful mashed potatoes.
We haven't tasted them. You don't know if they're wonderful.
Well, I know they are. I know you make good mashed potatoes.
Thank you.
But here we are. Look at this, guys. This gravy with the wine.
Oh, look at that. Looks good.
And okay, scoop some out.
You're getting hungry.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
I am too.
I need some comfort food. It's cold outside.
Okay. So like this.
You
Try
wanna
not to
pick
make a
that
big.
up? Yeah.
Try not to make a big mess with it. Look at that. Oh.
Yeah, and that gravy
Oh my goodness.
and those mashed potatoes, man. It's just like,
Look at that.
this is my kind of comfort food right here.
Okay, I'm gonna put that down, and then I'm gonna go for the next one.
I don't see a carrot on that one, but okay.
Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll put a little carrot on it. How's that sound? It's hard to fish them out. There we go. It's hiding.
It's still hiding. Okay, that's fine.
Well, I'll get one on here. Look at that. There's a carrot.
Yep, all right.
All right.
Woo. And look, guys, great
It's hard to
leftovers, that gravy.
Scoop it without making a
You
mess.
can always add some more beef stock if you need to down the line,
Look
but I
at
don't
that.
think so. Okay. Man, that's what,
Get a little more gravy on there.
yeah, you like the gravy too.
Oh, I do. This is probably gonna be yours though. There you go.
Oh, that's gonna be one.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I put more meat on it.
All right. Well, there's meat.
Well, there's a lot of meat, but
There's
I'm just
meat
saying.
everywhere.
I'm good with. I put a little less potatoes in this one.
All right, guys. We'll be back in a second. Give this a taste. All right, guys. Welcome back. I'm here with my wife.
Hey.
Whoops. Dew is going crazy.
I know she.
Oh, nice warm bowl
Smells good.
of comfort. Pot roast on some mashed potatoes. Thanks for making the mashed
Oh,
potatoes.
sure.
All right. This is my kind of comfort food, guys. I already know I'm going to like this.
You ready?
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, that's good.
Oh, yeah. I don't even want to talk. I just want to, I guess farmer would say, shovel it in.
You know what? The temperature outside is like 10 below with a 30 below wind chill.
Oh, this
And
is so
it is,
good.
I'm telling them, setting up the scene. It's been so cold outside. This is really warming. This is
Oh, my
nice.
goodness.
And I'm glad you added that wine.
Yeah, the wine, I think.
It isn't overbearing, but it's perfect. A
Oh my
perfect
God.
complement to that.
Whew. It's like almost like a fancy beef dish you get at a French restaurant.
No, it is.
With the gravy, it's so flavorful.
It is. It's not overpowering. It's
I
just
could have
right.
sauteed that last batch of mushrooms and put it on top.
I didn't want too many mushrooms because it's not typically
But-
in there.
oh
But
my
the
God.
flavor of the mushrooms probably added, all the juices
Yeah.
from the mushrooms probably added to that.
This is just so flavorful.
I agree. This is really good. Now I'll get away from the fireplace because this will warm me up.
Guys, if you get an opportunity to try this, believe me, you will not be disappointed. Makes great leftovers. We're going to have to invest in a bigger slow cooker because I want to make a bigger batch of this.
And I gotta make more mashed potatoes. 'cause
Oh,
I didn't
and the
realize.
mashed potatoes with this gravy, the carrots, everything is so tender.
I made garlic mashed potatoes, so that added to it.
Oh my goodness.
This is delicious. We're gonna enjoy this.
As always, guys, I appreciate you stopping by. If you like the video, hit the like button. The logo on my shirt here is the logo on the bottom of the screen. Please click on that. It allows you to subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate if you do that. And yeah, I'll leave a link above and below to my website, ericsmokingbbq.com. That's where I feature all my recipes, photos, links, the whole bit. Go check that out. Thanks for stopping by.
This is good.
Come on, gotta
All
have
right.
some more.
Come on, dig in.
It's so good. Oh, this is such a
This is
classic.
delicious.
All I can say is comfort food.
It is.
It tastes so good. Thanks for stopping by, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye. Oh, this is good. I thought I could just put it down after a couple bites.